Hey, how are you all today? I hope you're doing well. Hope the sun is shining where you are. It's certainly a rather glorious day here today. So, I titled this live Simplifying Your Sales. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Hi Carly, lovely to see you. I've had a few messages from people, so hence titling the live that for today. So if you are joining me live, do say hello, let me know you're here, and as usual, if you're watching on the replay, give me a rainbow replay or hashtag replay, whatever you feel like doing today, and then we can get cracking. Hi Donna, lovely to see you too. Hope you're well. Hope you've managed with the time differences. Now it's very confusing, isn't it, when you're watching from a different country? And I believe are you on daylight saving or something like that at the moment, and then a little bit later on in the month we'll all catch up with each other, and it'll be back to normal time differences. I don't know. It's not my thing, I have to say. Right then, so thank you for joining me today. I wanted to talk to you, hi Mel, about simplifying your sales. It can be really easy to think it can get overcomplicated, and it can end up being you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know when to talk about it, you don't know what the right thing to do is, and we can often get ourselves into a bit of a tizzy. I used to be exactly the same, so don't worry about it, it's all fixable. So the three things that I want to quickly talk about you in this live, because I'm not going to keep you long, because I just want you to be able to get on and do something about it. I've talked about it before, but I just want to reiterate it again. It's really easy when you actually focus on one thing that you are selling. Now, if you're like Donna and you're creating journals, you think, well, journals are all the same, but no, they're not all the same. There's different ones. I know Carly does her flowers. So she does all different types of flower arranging. So the idea is to take just one of those and focus on it. So for instance, I'm making obviously lots of different glass, so I will be focusing on one thing for my glass. And so say we've got Mother's Day coming up, so that's the easiest example. It's looking at what you've got in your collection and thinking, okay, what is going to be the most suitable for Mother's Day? And it could be that Carly has a specific style of arrangement that she wants to really promote for her Mother's Day ideas. It might be that Donna has a specific type of Mother's Day thing. Obviously, I don't think it's Mother's Day over where you are, Donna, but obviously in the UK it is at the moment. So it might be that you've got something that's specifically for caring and self-care for mums in your collection of books. I don't know. So it's looking at that. So for me, it could be my focus is jewellery, because obviously for Mother's Day, jewellery makes a nice collection for Mother's Day. So focus on that one thing, okay? That one thing that you're going to be talking about for Mother's Day, because it's really easy for us to overcomplicate things. And if we're finding it overcomplicated, guess what? Our customers are going to be overwhelmed and finding it overcomplicated too. So really keep things simple. And really make sure that when you're talking about it, then your customers are going to be knowing what it's for and what the specific thing is you're talking about. So you could be talking about jewellery for Mother's Day, or it could be let's think of something else. It could be capturing your child's drawing in glass for Father's Day. It could be, let me have a think what else you can do. Obviously, pet portraits for International Pet Day. So you get the idea. You don't have to link it to a theme like that, but if you do, it makes it easier for people to connect and think, oh yes, I'm looking for something for Mother's Day, so that would make a perfect gift. I'm looking for something for Father's Day, that would be a great gift. I'm looking for something to commemorate my pet, that would make a great gift. So you get the idea. So your Mother's Day is in May. Okay, so that's in line with Europe as well. I believe the rest of Europe has their Mother's Day in May as well. So we can still be in the UK talking about Mother's Day if we are shipping to where Donna is in Canada, or we're shipping to Europe. So, you know, keep that in mind. We might have had our Mother's Day, but not everybody else has. So that is another thing to think about. And that will make it easier for your sales as well, because you've got that theme. Now, the other thing that's a big thing with your sales is your pricing. Now, not all of you might struggle with your pricing, but I'm coming increasingly across people who are pricing their work really cheaply, and then they're becoming inundated with sales. Now, you might say that's fantastic, they're getting loads of sales in, it's going to make life really easy. But the downside of that is it's going to come to a stage where you can't take on more orders because you've just filled your space. So for instance, if you're making something that takes you perhaps an hour, okay, and you're not charging very much for something that takes you an hour, you might only be able to create for 5 hours in a day, okay? So if you're getting lots and lots of orders, but you can only create for 5 hours a day and complete those orders, you're not going to be turning over enough money if you're only charging £10 an hour, okay? So really look at your pricing when it comes to selling, okay? Because you might be thinking that, you know, people won't pay more, but actually they will pay more if you price it correctly. And the thing is, if you price it correctly now, it's not going to be hard later on to up those prices. So do make sure that your prices are you know, reflecting your value, because we're all, you know, creating handmade things or things that we've invested time to do. So if you price them too cheaply, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to create. There are so many more things to look at in terms of pricing. Just make sure those things are really, really super clear for you, but also for your customers, because you don't want them thinking, oh, they're really, really cheap. And yes, they might come back time and time again, but later on when you have to increase your prices, it's going to be even harder. So just make sure, especially at the moment, that all your pricing is covered. And then the final thing I quickly want to talk to you about is keeping your sales simple in terms of your content. So when I talk about content, we talk about the things that you are writing to share what you're doing, the lives perhaps you're doing, the videos that you're doing, and it's all about keeping that simple and making sure that you're not getting overwhelmed. Because, you know, let's face it, if we're doing lots and lots of things on social media, if we're blogging, if we're, say, going network, and we're doing all these things to market what we're creating, it can become quite overwhelming. So the best thing you can do is set yourself up a system for your content so that your marketing becomes easier, so that you know, okay, I'm going to be talking about this on a specific day, and I'm going to be doing this to market it, and I'm going to be sharing posts about this. And the easiest way to do it is to look at the types of posts you're creating. So that can either be say writing posts, doing videos, sharing stories, sharing testimonials, and those give you four, you know, real basic things to go from, and you can literally pad that out and spread it out once you've decided what your focus is, okay? So that makes your sales super simple, so you're not feeling overwhelmed with, you know, social media's taken up all my time, I've not got the time to invest. I want to be making, which all of us do. So set yourself up a simple system so that you can keep kind of like, you know, rinse and repeat. You know, you do it once and then you can do it over and over again. Has anybody got any questions about this at all? Is it all clear what I'm talking about? Because I really want to show you that actually the sales are simple. As long as you're focusing on one thing, you're choosing a theme, you've got your pricing correctly so that you're not making life difficult, and you've got a system in place for your content, your sales will become a lot simpler, and your life will be a lot easier. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? Because I don't want to keep you long if you haven't got any questions for me. I don't know who's watching at the moment. But if you do have any questions, pop them in the comments, whether you're watching now or on a replay, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But these are the things that I do to keep my sales super simple. Focus on one thing, choose a theme, make sure my pricing is spot on. Okay, so I'm not making my life really complicated, and have a clear system in place for my content, whether that's blogging, whether that's my posts, and make sure that everything that I do is written in a way that it's clear to the people who are reading the post or reading the blog, whatever it is, that they know what to do. Okay. So on that note, if anybody wants any more help with their content, if they're not sure what they want to write, they're not sure how to create engaging posts, they're not sure how to create posts that sell, I do have a very small program over on MemberVault. You can find it at emmakirkham.com/membervault. I will put the link in there, and you can just really go in there and it shows you how to create great posts. So it's a really simple system, but it's effective, and again, you can go back in and you can rinse and repeat. Okay, so if that's something that you do want to do, it's all there in MemberVault. It's ready for you to go and watch, and it's been recorded, and it's really super simple, but I will put the full details in there for you afterwards. I can see Donna's asked a little question, so let me have a little look. Right then, what does it say? I tend to post areas in my scheduling for specific posts for my products. For example, the advertisement one day, the next day might be how I make it, the next day who it's for. Yeah, that's good. If that system works for you, then that's perfect. It's just about finding a way to keep it interesting for you. Okay, but also keep it interesting for your audience, and making sure that it's not just you posting, you're actually getting something from it, if that makes sense. It's not just you posting and not asking for a sale, because that's what a lot of creatives tend to do. They tend to post and post and post, but they don't actually ask for a sale or tell people how they can buy from them. So that's really important that those are in there and it's really clear how to buy from you. So like I say, if it's something that you need help with, there is a module already in my MemberVault, and it will really share with you how you can create those systems, but I'll put that in there, and if you want to take a look, you can go over and see if it is something for you. But those are my tips for keeping sales really super simple. Okay, if anybody needs any help, or you need any support, or you're just not sure what to do to make your sales flow, drop me a comment in here. Just put help with sales and I will come back to you, because we all need help, and I'll give you some quick tips and advice in the comments below. Right then, I am going to love you and leave you, and I will see you live next Tuesday. Obviously I will be in the group. I'll be live next Tuesday at 12 o'clock again, sharing more tips with you. Make sure that you put it in the diary. If you can't join me live, do pop on and watch the replay, because I get some good feedback from the replays too, and I want to know that it's helping you. If there's anything you want to hear about that I haven't covered already, or you've just joined the group and you haven't had a chance to go through everything, but there is something that specifically you want covering, just pop me a message or pop it onto the live, or pop it in as a question into the group. And what I'll do is I'll come back into the group and I'll do a live on that for you the next time, so you can get your questions answered. Right then, thank you so much for joining me. Go and enjoy your lunch. Donna, I have no idea what time of day it is there, but go and enjoy the rest of your day too. And thank you so much for joining me. I'll speak to you all again soon, and bye for now.